Good morning, class 11th. I welcome you back for the next portion of accounting equation. I wrote a question over here. Now we're going to solve it. I hope you understand the basic term regarding accounting equation and how we solve it, how we make accounting equation. Now today we solve this question. We learn how to make balance sheet according to given information, and then we move on to some of the important equations or important formulas which are there in the accounting equation and useful for the accounting purposes. And then I will give you a question. You need to solve it regarding accounting equation. So I hope let's move further. Now this is a question written over here. Note down the question first, and then I will teach you how we solve this question and how we prepare the balance sheet portion in according to the given criteria or the given information. Now note down, the first thing is mentioned here. Business started with cash rupees 1 lakh. Take an imaginary business. Suppose Mohan is doing a business, or anyone. Suppose you are doing a business. So imagine yourself, you are doing a business with a given information. First thing is, when you say business started with cash rupees 1 lakh, goods purchased from Priya on credit rupees 50,000. It mentioned here, good purchase from Priya on credit rupees 50,000, furniture purchase rupees 40,000, and nothing mentioned here is on cash only. Goods sold to Subhash on cash, here is mentioned on credit, here is mentioned on cash rupees 20,000, and next is goods costing rupees 10,000 sold for 12,000, purchase goods on cash rupees 20,000 again. And the last question, rent paid in cash. Now you pay the rent, is an expense. Is an expense for the firm because firm has to pay the rent and firm is paying it. Now understand them, there are 7 transactions given the question. Business started with cash, good purchase from Priya on credit, furniture purchase rupees 40,000, goods sold to Subhash on cash rupees 20,000, goods costing rupees 10,000 sold for rupees 12,000. Purchase goods on cash rupees 20,000, and then last question is rent paid in cash 10,000. Now here it's a simple transaction I am giving you. Later we move further to give more complex term, but understand that basically because accounting equation is a very important part to understand it. You need to understand carefully how the transaction affects asset, liability and capital, because accounting equation means asset is equal to liability plus capital. I hope it's clear. Now how you going to solve it? How you prepare accounting equation? Now I'm not going to balance after each and every transaction. We balance at the last only, but you need to understand now how is asset is equal to liability plus capital in each and every transaction. This is a more important part. So I hope now can we solve it? Now note down the question carefully. Take a snapshot of this and then we move further to solve it. Now, make the column regarding accounting equation. You know that. We write here. First thing is particulars. Then we write assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Now, the most common part we write here particulars. As per the given information, what are the contents which are given the question? We make particulars asset is equal to liability plus capital, because this is the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liability plus capital. Now check how many assets is given to us. Most common part is cash. Okay. Then we have stock also. We remain one more column blank so that if any transaction exists regarding asset, we can put over it. So this we write here assets, we make a column for liabilities, we make a column, leave one column so that if any transaction comes we can write it, and the common part is the common liability is creditor. I hope this portion is clear to all of you. Asset is equal to liability plus capital. Why I am writing this in cash is a very common part. Stock, which is mentioned in the question, is very common because in business we require stock. Creditors and capital. Now any transaction come, I'll leave a blank over here so that we can put it. Similarly in assets as well as liability. Now, these are common triangles which are given in the questions. Now, how are we going to solve it? Now, read the triangle number 1 first. They say that business started with cash rupees 1 lakh. So, we write here, these are triangles over here. First triangle we are writing, business started with cash. We write business started with cash. Okay, listen, what's the amount you put in business? 1 lakh rupees. The amount you put in business is rupees 1 lakh. Now, understand them. You started business with cash. You put money in the business. आपने business में पैसा लगाया. Now, when you put money in business, what happened with that? Your cash increases as well as your capital, because the amount you are putting in business is for business purpose, not your personal purpose. It's for the business purpose. And I told you before also, the business and businessmen are two different persons. They have the business and businessmen are two different things. So we are putting our money, we are doing for the business purpose. I'm not making the account for Ram Mohan. I'm making the account for the business operation which Ram is doing it. Okay, Ram is earning his necessity from this business. So I'm making the accounting issue for Ram business, not for the Ram account. Please understand it very carefully. Now, when he started business with rupees 1 lakh, the 1 lakh capital will be increased because he put the money in business. Now, in first transaction, check out whether asset is equal to liability capital. Yes, your asset is cash 1 lakh and your liability is capital here 1 lakh. Is it clear? Now, move to next transaction. Transaction number 2. They say that good purchase on credit from Priya. Goods purchase from Priya. You got purchase on credit from Priya. Okay, you purchase the goods from Priya. It means that what are you going to get? Aapko kya mila? When you purchase goods from Priya, what do you get? Nothing in my part. What do you get? When you purchase goods from Priya. Now, when you purchase goods from Priya, because you purchase goods, आपने goods खरीदा है, no cash involvement is there, कोई cash का involvement नहीं हुआ, आपने goods purchase किया, you purchase goods from Priya, you getting a goods, आपको stock मिल रहा है, and the group purchase the goods from Priya costing 50,000, so you get a stock of rupees 50,000. You get a stock of rupees 50,000, but is there any change in cash? No. So what is the double effect? You have to pay to Priya, your liability increases. When you purchase goods from other person, any person on credit, your liability increases, or liability in terms means creditor. Now why is creditor? Because you need to pay the money within a 1 year. You are paying. You assume that you are paying the money within a year. So that's a current liability, not a non-current liability. It's a current liability because creditor is a current liability. Why? Because you're going to settle the account within a year. So understand them. When you purchase goods from Priya, what happens with that? You get a goods in stock. You get for worth rupees 50,000, and the credit is increased by 50,000. Now check again whether the asset and liability is equal or not. Your asset is 1,50,000. Your liability is 50,000. Your capital is 1,50,000. This matching over here. It's clear? Next part. Your third part. Third says that furniture purchase rupees 40,000. You get a furniture. Furniture purchase rupees 40,000. You purchase a furniture which costs rupees 40,000. I hope it's clear. You purchase a furniture cost rupees 40,000. Okay, is it clear now? Now, understand term. When you purchase, now what again? You purchase furniture. It's not mentioned here that you purchase furniture on credit. It means you purchase furniture on cash. आपने cash में furniture को purchase किया है. So in that condition, what will your cash will increase or decrease? Decreases. Very good. Your cash decreases by 40,000 here. Obviously, there are no change in stock. And you get a furniture. So we write here furniture. 40,000. Now check again whether the accounting is matching or not. Your cash is now 60,000. 1 lakh minus 40, 60,000. You get a stock of 50,000, which is 1,10,000, and you get a furniture is also asset. 1,50,000 is asset. Credit is 50, capital is 1 lakh. Okay, it makes us 150. The accounting question here is matching. I hope the three dimensions are clear. Look here, check the three dimension which I wrote over here is clear to you. Next, move further, which is transaction number 4. Now check it. What is transaction number 4 saying? Goods sold to Subhash on cash. Goods sold to Subhash. Goods sold to Subhash on cash. It means you sold the goods on cash. Now cost rupees. You sold the goods which cost rupees 20,000. Okay, it means when you sold goods on cash, you're getting a cash of rupees 20,000. When you sold goods, you're getting a cash of rupees 20,000. To the right, add 20,000. But when you sold goods, your stock increases or decreases. जब आपने stock बेचा तो stock increases or decreases. It decreases. So we write here minus 20,000. Bracket sign means minus. There is no change in furniture, no change here, no change here, no change here. Obviously, cash is increasing by 20,000 and stock is decreasing by 20,000. Transaction number 5th. It says that goods costing 10,000 sold for 12,000. Okay, goods costing 10,000 sold for 12,000. Costing 10,000 sold for 12,000. Okay, goods costing 10,000 you sold for rupees 12,000. Now what do you mean? You get a goods or rupees, आपके पास goods are 10,000 rupees का, you sold it for 12,000. It means that 10,000 का goods आपने sold for 12,000. Goods costing 10,000 you sold for 12,000. Now again understand term. Goods कितने गया? 10,000 का. How much cash you receive? 12,000. It means that you get a profit of rupees 2,000. Now understand it? Goods costing 10,000 you sold for rupees 12,000. What's the goods costing? Goods costing is 10,000 you sold for 12,000. It means you get a 12,000 rupees. You get a rupees 12,000. You got get a rupees 12,000. आपको कितना cash है? 12,000. How much goods decreases? Goods decreases by 10,000 because you sold goods worth rupees 10,000 sold for 12,000. Okay, is that clear now? It means you get a cash rupees 12,000, the goods of 10,000 you sold it, and you get a profit of rupees 2,000. So means whenever profit is there, it increases the capital. Next, move to 6th part. 6 say that purchase goods on cash. Purchase goods on cash. Now you purchase goods on cash. Okay, worth rupees 20,000. When you purchase goods on cash, you get a rupees. You purchase goods in cash. You're getting a goods, but what goes out? What are you paying? You're paying cash. It means 20,000 deducted from cash account. 20,000 will be deducted from cash account, and 20,000 worth of stock you are receiving. Is it clear? No change in furniture, no change in creditor, no change in here, no change in capital. Now, I'm doing the 6th transaction this guy. I'm not entertaining rent here because we have a less space over here. So I will teach you rent in next question. Okay, how will? Now, if you want to understand that, rent is here. So rent is an expense. It decreases our cash. When you're paying the rent, it decreases our cash. As well as it decreases from capital because the expense. We're not making any column for rent here because we are doing with asset, liability and capital, and rent is not an asset. Rent is an expense you are performing, which is required for performing the business actions. So rent, I'm not entertaining over here because we have a less space. So I'm doing the till 6th transaction over here so that you can understand this 6th transaction, and then we entertain rent in next question. Now understand term here. Now check it. Now total cash, how much cash you get? Till now, how much cash you get? 1 lakh costing here. 20,000 you get when you sold goods in cash is make 1 lakh 20. 12 plus 12 is make 132 minus 60. So 132 minus 60 you get 72,000 I suppose. Check again. 1 lakh plus 20 plus 12 it makes 132 minus 60. So 132 minus 60 it makes 72. Okay, in stock 50,000 stock is there. You purchase 20,000 stock more, it makes 70 minus 30, it's 40,000. It's clear? Now, furniture, you have the worth rupees 40,000. It makes total asset of rupees 72 plus 40 plus 40. It makes 152,000. I hope I'm clear. Now, creditors is rupees 50,000. No change in creditor. And the capital is 1 lakh plus 2,000 is 1 lakh 2,000. Now check. Your asset is coming 72 plus 40 plus 40. It makes 152. And your liability is 50. And your capital is 1 lakh 2,000. It makes asset is equal to S. Your liability is 50. And your capital is 1 lakh 2,000. It makes 152. So here we see that our balances are matching. Our balances are matching. Now if you see the question, I take the rent also because I have a less space over here, so I could not write it. But if you write rent minus from cash as well as from capital, again it makes the transaction equal. So what is transaction? What is accounting equation? It says that asset is equal to liability plus capital. I hope you understand this question. Note down first, then I will teach you how to make balance sheet regarding the same. Okay? You understand them? So right here, see the question part. I hope you make the balances. Now if you write here, what's your assets? Your assets are, your assets first is cash. Then you have a stock. Then you have a furniture. Okay, now check what is the cash balance is here. Cash is of 72,000 plus stock is worth rupees 40,000 plus furniture worth rupees 40,000. It makes total asset is 1,52,000. I hope it's clear. Total assets is worth rupees 1,52,000. Okay, now check your liabilities. Your liabilities are your creditors, which worth rupees, how much creditors here? 50,000. And your capital is 1,02,000. Now check the accounting. Accounting will say that assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Now it means total assets you have 1,52,000. Total liabilities you have 40,000 which you need to pay, and total capitals you have 1,02,000. Now, simple. So here it means we are solving the accounting equation. We are solving the purpose of accounting equation according to the given transaction. Now, this how we make accounting equation. I hope it's clear how to make accounting equation. Now, next portion in this part is how we make the balance sheet with a given information, how we construct a balance sheet, how we make a balance sheet as per the given sheet. Now, what is the concept of making a balance sheet? Now, balance sheet concept is same, asset is equal to liability plus capital, but we make in accounting terminology. So, I'm writing the balance sheet over here, how to make balance sheet. I've just given a simple concept balance sheet. The balance sheet have two sides. We call it not debit and credit side, we call left hand side and right hand side. Because balance sheet is a statement which is prepared generally at the end of the year in order to find the exact position of the business, or we know the financial status of the business or business actual position is. In order to find out, balance sheet generally prepared to check the arithmetical accuracy of the book, whether the book is perfect enough, whatever the expenditure, what are the incomes, what are the asset, what are the capital we have is matching with our expenses or incomes, or is matching with our liabilities. Now how we draw balance sheet? We write here as a balance sheet part which you prepare for sole proprietorship. You are learning the prepare the balance sheet for the sole proprietorship and partnership, but the company balance sheet is slightly different. We call it Schedule 6. We prepare in a vertical format. It's a horizontal format. To understand, because this balance sheet is important to learn that. If you understand this thing, you can understand the vertical one also. But concept you understand. This is a basic concept I am giving you how to prepare balance sheet. The balance sheet is Here make liabilities. This one is called amount. It's assets. This one is called amount in rupees. In make the symbol of rupee in rupee. Okay. Now, as per the question, what are the how many liabilities are given? First, in liability side, we write capital. We write capital. Then we write current liability and non-current liability. I already teach you what is current liability and what is non-current liability. Then we write current liability and non-current liability. But here we write current liability. Which current liability is given in the question? Creditor is given. All the liability side come into this particular side. So we write liabilities. Under liability we get creditor. We don't need to write liability over here. Whatever liability contents are given, we do need to write this only. But here it becomes liability. Is it clear? The liabilities, as per the question, liability is given only creditor and creditor is given around rupees. Now check how much credit is 50,000. Creditor is given. How much capital is given in the question? Is 1 lakh 2,000. Okay, then what are the assets given? We write first thing cash. Cash is asset. Cash is worth rupees 72,000. Then we have a stock of rupees 40,000. Then we have a furniture. We write all assets at this side. Furniture worth rupees 40,000. Here not many transaction will comes. We write all the assets here. All the assets. We write all the liabilities over here. We write all the liabilities on the we call it. This one is called. If you see from this side. Here. If you see from this one, left hand side and right hand side, don't look like this. It's my right hand, don't look like this. Here we can see in front of the thing, it's a left hand side, it's a right hand side. The liability will come on the left hand side. So we write capital here, which is given the question 1 lakh 2,000. Creditor is given, which is given 50,000. Then we have a cash 72,000. Then we have a stock 40,000. Now check whether balance sheet is equal or not. It's 152. It's 1,52,000. Now this how we prepare balance sheet. Now this is a general introduction I am giving you. There are lot many other contents are there which are entertained in balance sheet, which we are going to study later and understand in terms basic concept also, which I teach you before in my previous videos. To understand how we make balance sheet, why asset is equal to liability plus capital. This side is called asset. This is called liabilities. Here, capital here. The asset is equal to, we follow the accounting equation here also. Asset is equal to liability plus capital. So this is a transaction. Note down the balance sheet part, which I construct over here. Okay. I hope you note down the balance sheet. Now, move further. I give you some basic accounting terminology or accounting formulas which are useful for to understand the business transactions. First one is you learn about the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. You understand this thing? How we prepare? How we already prove it. This is the first accounting equation. Asset is equal to capital plus asset is equal to liability plus capital. Or we can also say that capital is equal to assets minus liability. If you need to find, how can you find capital? Capital is asset minus liabilities. Their second term. I hope it's clear. This is clear. Asset is equal to liability plus capital, or in order to find capital, we find asset minus liability. If you need to find liabilities, then asset minus capital. We can also do. We can find. If two terms are given, we can find the third term. Next formula, important thing is, which is mentioned in the question is, now, how we find profit is profit. I told you profit is revenue minus expenses. Revenue minus expenses, which you mentioned over here. Understand term. One more important part is here. Is say how we find the closing capital. So please teach us how we find the closing capital. Now how we find the closing capital. Now I give you understand term. I give you a brief equation in to understand the closing capital. Now how we find the closing capital, because if you need to find the closing capital, you understand the term of the capital, how capital increases or how capital decreases. Now, so understand then, suppose we are doing a business. We introduce at the month of April, we write over here, I hope you can able to see it. At the month of April, you introduces 1 lakh as a capital. आपने बिजनेस स्टार्ट किया है अप्रैल में, 1 अप्रैल को, विद कैपिटल भी 1 लाख. नाउ ऑन 1 जून सेम ईयर, ऑन 1 जून यू इंट्रोड्यूसेस 40,000 मोर कैपिटल. आपको लगा कि बिजनेस को और कैपिटल जो होता है, यू इंट्रोड्यूसेस, if you see that the requirement of more capital is here, you introduces more capital. ठीक है, you are putting business, so we write I like this thing, you are putting business here like this. Okay, so you start with capital 1 lakh rupees. On 1st June you introduces more capital, this is called 40,000, you put more. Now your capital is 1,40,000 now. Okay, next on 1st October same year, you withdraw 50,000 rupees. You withdraw 50,000 rupees. Now you withdraw, आपने निकाल ली business से, due to some personal reason, you withdraw the money. Drawing. Now what drawing will does? Drawing decrease the capital or increase the capital? Drawing will decrease the capital. Now earlier capital was 1,40,000. You withdraw 50,000. Again on 1st December same year, you introduces, you put 50,000 more as a capital. You put 50,000 more as a capital. I hope it's clear. You introduces 50,000 more. It's coming to business, not going. You introduces further capital. This is called introduce further capital. Here also we write introduce. This one is called drawing. And on 31st March, at the end of the financial year, 31st March, you get a profit of rupees 20,000. You get a profit of rupees 20,000. Now tell me, what's the total capital is? What's the closing capital is? Means at the end of, suppose you start business on 1st April 19, it means 31st March 2020. What's your closing capital is? Your opening capital is 1 lakh. What's your closing capital? You say, sir, our closing capital is 1 lakh. We introduce 40,000 further. It makes 1,40,000. We withdraw 50,000 rupees for personal use. It makes 90. You introduce a further 50 capital. It makes 140. Okay, and then you get a profit of rupees 20,000. The what profit does? Profit increase the capital. Suppose we get a loss. The loss will decrease the capital. So your capital is, if you say 1,40,000 minus 50 plus 50 plus 20, so it makes 140, 190 to 10 and minus 50, you get 160,000. Now check again what's the closing capital is. 1 lakh plus 40, 1,40,000 minus 50,000 drawing, it makes 90 plus 40 is 140 minus 50, 160. I hope it's clear. So you get a capital will be closing capital is 1,60,000 rupees. Now how we find the closing capital? I hope this equation is clear. So if we write the formula, how we find the closing capital? So we write how we find the closing capital. The closing capital is closing capital when opening capital plus additional capital you introduce in the business, additional capital you introduce in the business, okay, minus drawing plus profit. If profit is there, profit will be added. If loss is there, loss will be subtracted. Now this by which you can find the closing capital. I hope it's clear. How can you find the closing capital? So closing capital is opening capital plus additional capital minus drawing plus profit minus loss. Now other profit is given, other loss is given, the profit will be added and loss will be subtracted. That's why how we get closing capital. So I hope it's clear. How can you find the closing capital? Okay, perfect. Next, what do you say? Now, I will teach you what is, you understand this part? I hope you understand this part. Okay, now perfect one. Note down one question. I'll give you a transaction, need to solve it. Okay, now first thing is, now you understand one more term. You know that what is capital. Understand what is capital. You know what is liability. And you know what's asset. We already done capital plus liability is equal to asset, or we call asset is equal to liability plus capital. Now, capital, suppose you are putting the money, if you are putting the money on your own, you are putting the money from your, you are bringing the capital from your own. It's called owner's fund. Owner's fund. And suppose you are putting money by taking a loan from bank. You are putting money by taking a loan from your friend. You are putting money by taking a loan from other financial institutions. No, that amount you are taking a loan, but you are putting this money in the business. That's we call borrowed fund. So we call it borrowed fund. So remember this thing, what is owner's fund is what is borrowed fund. Owner's fund means amount which you introduces in the business from your pocket, from your savings. Okay, this is called owner fund. Suppose you start a business, you have a land of rupees 2 lakh, you are utilizing that 2 lakh rupees in your business, but you require further capital, you require further money, and you take a loan from bank. You take a loan from bank 10 lakh rupees. So this 10 lakh rupees you borrowed from bank is not called owner's equity, it's called borrowed fund. Of course, it's a part of capital. It's a part of capital, but we call it borrowed fund. Okay, or we call that it's not owner's capital or not owner's equity. It's called the borrowed equity because you borrowed money from the bank or other financial institution or from your friend. But that's you need to pay back. You need to pay the money. That's a liability. So that's what I'm saying. When we write then, we write total equity is equal to total capital. So total equity means owner's fund plus borrowed fund. We call it total equity. What is total equity? Total equity means owner fund plus borrowed fund. So total equity is equal to owner's equity. We write owner's equity plus borrowed fund, or we also call plus borrowed fund. We borrowed from the other sources. Borrowed fund. In some book it's written as creditor's equity. It's same like in some book it's written as creditor's equity. Creditor's equity. But that's a part of borrowed fund only. So how this thing is clear? Sure? Okay, understand it, Dom? I hope you understand the basic part of accounting equation, how we put in assets, how we transitions come on the liability side, how we put a transition on the capital side. Now I'll give you a question, note down the question, and then we'll solve it on my next class. You need to solve it, you need to solve the answer and give it to me. Question is, suppose Rahul started the business with some cash, right here, first transaction given, cash rupees 1 lakh and land worth rupees 5 lakh. Now, understand them. Rahul started a business with cash rupees 1 lakh and he putting a land. He owned a land rupees 5 lakh. Now he is putting this land in the business. Okay, so it means he started a business with the cash as well as land rupees 5 lakh. Second transaction is he purchased goods on cash worth rupees, we write costing, purchase goods in cash costing 10,000 for rupees 15,000. The goods costing 10,000 for rupees 15,000. Now he purchased goods. The goods value is 10,000, but he purchased for rupees 15,000. Understand that? Goods costing is 10,000. The actual goods cost is 10,000, but he purchased for rupees 15,000. Third part. He sold goods on credit to Tina. He sold goods to He sold goods on credit to Tina, rupees 20,000. Sorry, rupees. I write here 2,000. Sorry, we write here 5,000. Fourth transaction is he purchased goods on cash costing, goods on cash rupees 20,000. Purchase goods, we write on credit. On credit rupees 20,000. Fifth is, I hope this in 4 dimensions clear. Let's check again. Now, next one is sold goods worth to be costing, sold goods costing 15,000 for rupees 20,000. He sold goods costing 15,000 for rupees 20,000 on cash. He sold goods costing rupees 15,000, for rupees 20,000. Means he sold the goods. Goods cost is 15,000. He sold for 20,000. And last function is he purchased goods on cash again, rupees 10,000. He purchased goods on cash rupees 10,000. Now this is a question which I am providing you. Understand it down. But other transaction given there. First transaction is Rahul started business with cash rupees. Rahul started business with cash rupees 1 lakh and land rupees 5 lakh. He purchased goods. Costing 10,000 for rupees 15,000. It's a loss for him because he purchased goods which cost rupees 15,000, purchased for 10,000. He sold goods on credit to Tina, rupees 5,000. He purchased goods on credit, rupees 20,000. He sold goods costing 15,000 for rupees 20,000 on cash. Now he sold gold. Transaction number 5. And last one, he purchased goods on cash, rupees 10,000 again. So I hope this part is clear to you. Now you have to solve this question. I will provide you a solution in my Google Classroom account. Now understand them, solve it, because more important part is to participate, to try. There is a simple question. I hope you all can able to do it. So in my next class, I will teach you more complex problems regarding accounting, equations, and we solve the theoretical part also. So till then, please take care, stay safe, stay healthy, practice more and more question. Take care.